Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Super Mario Party Jamboree, Part 22. We hit Part 22, fellas, the big 2-2. Fun fact, did you guys know 22 is my favorite number? Just thought I'd point that out for you. But, hi, fellas. Welcome back to another episode of Super Mario Party Jamboree. In the last episode, the saga of Rainbow Galleria continued to ruin my life, to say the least. If you guys recall, these last two episodes have been a rough endeavor, to say the least. I don't think she's bought anything, has she? Oh, no, she has? Uh-huh, okay. 5 coins. Okay, that's all she gets. I don't actually know how that system works, like, at all. Having to remember the specific... Oh! Dang it, he's getting to the star. Dude, are you kidding me? No, I didn't take into account the fact that he had a custom dice block. Dude, and he has just barely enough. And he was the last person, okay? I love Spike. He was the last person I wanted to get that star, man. That sucks. Oh my gosh. And it's like, it's turn 8, man. Oh, things couldn't be worse. Okay, but there's a race we can have down there, alright? I think I can make this work. Please don't get a custom dice block. Okay, that's not really, I mean, that could still be pretty bad, man. Okay, so, yeah. If that right there wasn't evident enough, fellas, things have been rough. These last two episodes, they have things have not been kind to us, to say the very least. It has been a very, very rude awakening of a board, and honestly, you know, I don't really know what to look at in terms of positivity for this. I really do think the best case scenario right now would be to get a Jamboree buddy, get to the Boo area and steal 2 stars. I do genuinely believe that would be the best outcome right now. That being said, I just don't think relying on that is going to be a very good outlet. But fellas, hope you all are doing well. I have some banter for you guys today. Not before... Okay. I have some banter for you guys today, fellas. Fellas. Okay, cool. Awesome. Fellas, I think I have told you guys in the past, if not, this is going to be a very interesting conversation, but I do believe I have brought this up in the past. Fellas, I have re-picked up my hobby for coding and learning how to code. For those who don't know, which maybe all of you, I might not have mentioned it here on the channel at all, but I feel like I have a recollection of doing so within these past 50 videos I've uploaded, but who knows really. Yeah, I have taken a personal interest on and off of coding in Python, but the problem is I have never been consistent about it. Now, for the record, when I have gotten into it hard, and I will say that for sure. When I am into it, man. I did some internet research, learned how to make a, what is it? I learned how to make a weird program that sent an email to a specific address that is, email address that is clarified in the code itself. And it sends a funny image of me and my partner's dog to the recipient in question. It is not done in a malicious way at all, but I also did get it to function. This is when I was messing with, the time module and things of that nature. Of course, this is coding mumbo jumbo, so not all of you are probably going to know anything about what this means or what the significance is of it. Literally in the slightest. Oh my god, it is right past her. Oh, she wouldn't have enough anyways, but yeah. I was messing around with the time module, and I managed to get around to doing a thing where it sends a new email. It sends the same email to a recipient. Oh, every, what is it? Every, how do I word this? It sends the same email once every day. I have also got to say, oh my god, you would give him enough money. Spike is just going to completely decimate this whole board. And honestly, it's just so depressing. Like, it is just so depressing. I really think he's gonna... Okay, I was spared. I was spared. What are we doing here? What do we... Oh! Huge, actually. I wish I could buy twice, honestly. I really do. So this can at least guarantee that I will get 1 star, right? No guarantee I'm going to get this upcoming star. As a matter of fact, I'm not banking on it. Because Spike is just... He's on a whole nother league, dog. Oh, Koopa's going to get this. I will be completely honest, right? If anyone was going to get this, I would actually much rather it be Koopa, right? I would much rather it be Koopa simply just because the dude is, you know, he's got 0 stars. He's got 0 stars, right? And quite frankly, man, I would rather someone get to 1 star and then I only have to pit myself against 1 star as opposed to someone with 3. So I think the plan next turn is to Boo Bell and steal Spike's star. I do believe that is the plan, as it just seems the most efficient. Okay, Spike is nowhere near that. Nobody, I don't think, is anywhere near that. The person closest to that is probably Pauline. Which, in a similar fashion, again, I don't really care as much. Frantically. Granted, I don't really want anyone that isn't me to be getting these stars. You know what I mean? But if someone other than myself is going to be getting a star, I would much rather it be, you know, I would much rather it be someone who does not have 3 stars. You know, that would be splendiferous if you ask me. But yeah, so I have picked back up my coding journey, and I think the plan is I'm going to try and actually be consistent with it. And as you guys know, I have been on a journey to do stuff in a more routine fashion and do stuff in a very productive fashion in my life as of recent. And I think I want to start incorporating coding into that sense as well, because I think a problem that I have typically noticed in the past is that with coding, what happens is I tend to get too excited to, you know, learn a bunch of new things, make a bunch of really out there cool stuff. My brain thinks 40 steps ahead, right? And it is genuinely at such a detriment. Oh my god, I just got 56 coins. That's crazy. That's actually wild. I just really need to get to a bunch of boo areas. Like, that is I think the biggest glimmer of hope I have for this board. No joke. Wario, I mean,
Jamboree.
he could, okay, look, I'm not going to discount him for his effect, because ultimately he could still get 2 stars. You know what I mean? He could still get 2 stars. So, I'm not going to count out any hope. She is, okay, so she is on the way there. Not at that rate, she's not. Not at that rate, she's not. But, yeah, I don't know. So, I'm trying to incorporate coding into, or learning coding into my sort of routine that I'm doing with things. And what I'm doing, because see, this is typically what would get me messed up, is I would learn a portion of coding stuff, and then I'd take those concepts and say, oh, wow, that's super duper interesting. Please roll. Oh, that's right, because Koopa Troopa got it. I was like, wait, wasn't he really close to that? But I would learn a piece of coding concepts, and I would think to myself, like, oh, wow, that's so sick nasty. Now I'm gonna, you know, take what I've learned, apply it in a project, right? In a little test project. And the problem that I would end up encountering a lot of the time, right, Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. See, we're getting serious now. Boobell me? Yes, I would like a star. Please! I love Spike, but please! So yeah, I would take a concept, do a project involving it, but then I'd want to expand upon the project. And what I would end up doing is I would end up doing research on, like, when I was getting into the random module and learning the random module in Python, originally, it stemmed from a project that I was using as a means to learn a completely different skill in Python coding, right? But I ended up doing stuff with that. This could be so good if I get a star. Oh my gosh! Yeah! That's actually... Okay, dude, you have no idea how much I pogged over that. That's actually the most I've ever popped off in the history of this playthrough. And probably some of the history of this game entirely. You have no idea how fortunate that feels. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That is so sick nasty. I'm sorry if the mic maybe peaked there. I don't know if it did. I'll have to check in post, but if it did, I mean, there's very little I could probably do about it, but I will do what I can, okay? Just trust the process. I will do what I can. Insane turn of events, man. Like, this is just... Oh, my God. Wow. Wow. That is... I did not deserve that in any way, shape, or form. You know, no, I'm going to say this. I think in a weird way, I did deserve that because of... I mean, dude, all of these are fine, but I'll go platform apparel. I think I did technically deserve that because I have been getting screwed over hard this game. It has kind of been a constant race between me and Spike. And then, you know, a bunch of people just beating me to the stars that I'm trying to push for, right? That's been a lot of what this board play has been like. And quite frankly, I just won't stand for it, you know? I just simply won't stand for it. Sorry, my brain just completely turned off there. But, so yeah, my coding experience has pretty much been learn certain concept, do a certain project, do what is needed to showcase the work that you have done and learned about a certain segment of things on a project, right? So, you know, if I learn a thing about variables, you know, I do a really basic project about variables, but then I get the idea while working through that test project of, ooh, what if I, you know, what if I did something with this concept, but it's not a concept I'm yet familiar with. So then my brain ends up going to YouTube, looking up a tutorial on like a time module or a random module, and then trying to go back on that project and incorporate a new thing in it. Now, I know on the surface, this seems like a fine thing. This is just, oh, you're learning new concepts and incorporating them into this big project. Cool. The problem is I do not pace myself. And as much as I get excited about learning these concepts and making cool things out of potential coding projects and things in my head that, you know, maybe I don't have the knowledge yet for, but, you know, want to learn, right? The problem that I end up encountering a lot of the time, okay? Oftentimes, the problem that I end up encountering is that, well, I end up getting overwhelmed by my knowledge because I don't do enough of individual studying or letting things sift with individual concepts. I tend to try and lump everything into one session, and it comes at such a stupidly large detriment that I just definitely need to work on. And, I mean, she could theoretically get it here, a 10 and a 9. I mean, that already feels... Okay, I think... You know what? I've probably accepted she's probably going to get that star. What are we doing? I am desperately trying to understand her mindset here. What is her methodology, actually? I would desperately like to know this. I thought she was dishing out money for like a golden pipe or something. What did she actually just do? Why did she do that? Huh? To say I'm confused would actually be such a huge understatement. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do think overall she still has a higher chance of getting there than me due to the custom dice blocks. However, she could have made it there a lot sooner and actually had more of a guaranteed chance of making it simply just because of the fact that, you know, she was able to go up there. But she went down and back around for some reason. I don't really get her methodology to that. But, so yeah, moral of the story with the coding stuff, I am pacing myself now, which is a huge difference compared to before, where I would not do that at all. And it really did come at a detriment, man. I think pacing myself is some of the best stuff I can do. Give me a good roll. It's not horrible, but I definitely maybe wanted like a 9 or a 10 or something stupid like that. So yeah, I will definitely buy something here. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a custom dice block. I feel like I've seen a huge custom dice block meta amongst these CPUs this game. So, you know, maybe in the last 4 turns, I've got to really see what the hype's about, if you will, right? If that makes any sense. I've already stamped that. Give me a good item here, though. Not horrible. Not horrible. I can't complain. But, yeah, so my coding adventures are back on. Yesterday, I reintroduced myself to the basics, you know, your print functions. Learned a little bit about variables, a little bit to do with strings. And I don't know what I'm going to be learning. I haven't done my lessons yet today, fellas. I started the paced lesson learning yesterday. I am using Solo Learn to learn stuff, which is a great website, by the way. It is probably not the most optimal thing you could use, but it has definitely helped me in a lot of regards during the times that I have coded. On top of a mixture of YouTube tutorials as well. I think YouTube tutorials have been good for the concepts that I just want to skip ahead and incorporate into my already known knowledge of the fundamentals of Python coding that I learned through, say, you know, how do I word it? That I learned through, say, no, I don't want to do stamp out, please. Gosh, it's so painful. You know, I incorporate it into the things that I already know the fundamentals of through the stuff I've learned through Solo Learn, right? So that's always kind of been the general game plan. And yeah, I don't know. I think that's going to be the way it is here, but I think especially with the YouTube tutorials, I don't want to try and get carried away. If I spend a project learning the concept of variables, I want that project to only involve what I already previously know, based on what I've learned through Solo Learn, plus the concept of variables. You know what I mean? So I don't want to skip ahead, try and bulk learn a bunch of concepts, because conceptually it's messing me up, right? It's really throwing me for a loop, and it's not good. So the key here is pacing, right? That is the key. And I am hopeful that, you know, that this paced learning style will help me going forward. And I will keep you guys updated on how the learning of that stuff goes. And maybe tomorrow, in tomorrow's set of recordings, I will tell you guys about what concepts I went over today. You know what I mean? I tend to record... or I plan to record another episode directly after this, so unfortunately, next episode you won't be getting any banter about new coding journeys, but maybe in the episode after next, you will get some banter. So, look forward to that, I guess. But fellas, that's going to do it for this episode of Super Mario Party Jamboree Part 22. Things completely shifted in terms of the tides. The tides have turned, right, on this board. And things are looking up. I think Spike could theoretically get ahead of us. But I would rather him have a 1-star lead on us than 3 whole stars like he was merely at the beginning of this episode. So things are definitely looking up. I can't wait to see where things go in the next episode. The next episode of, the next episode of what? That's a great question. The next episode, we're probably going to be finishing off Rainbow Galleria, and hopefully we'll come out with a dub. If we do, it is the stupidest dub of all time, but we would be getting a dub regardless. Anyways, fellas, that is going to do it for this episode of Super Mario Party Jamboree. Hey, fellas, if you enjoyed this video, maybe like, comment, subscribe. I don't know, it's your life, do what you want. I don't really care. And I will see you, fellas, in the next video. Bye-bye, guys!